When you think of the Midwest, creative talent isn't the first thing that comes to mind. Amongst the vast farmland and countryside are creatives of all types. Filmmakers, photographers, graphic designers, music composers, sculptors. Our team is here to showcase those artists to the world. Welcome to The Next Frame.
Hello, my name is Eric Didier. I am coming from just north of Milwaukee, and I am co-founder of Media Bolt Productions.
Hey, rise and grind, it's time to get it, baby. Lock in, drive, push, go, push. Let's go, pick it up.
We like to say that storytelling is the biggest part of our projects. We want somebody to see themselves in the shoes of the subject of our work. Whether that's something for a client, whether that's a passion project, we always want to make sure that when you're done watching that video, you feel empowered to do something.
We will build a legacy of, she's unbelievable, she's intelligent, she's unstoppable.
Not every piece is going to talk to everybody, but whoever that subject is, we want to make sure that they feel like they can achieve something special after watching something that we put together.
I will break boundaries.
That could be helping with higher education. That could be picking up the baseball bat again and seeing if you have a shot at, making the bigs as a kid.
The art of storytelling is one of humans' oldest skills. We do it in a fresh and exciting way.
At Media Bolt Productions, we plan, shoot, and edit films to help tell your company's story.
From the ideation process all the way through to the final project, we're going to bring your audience through the journey, inspire them, and help construct your brand.
We show life's greatest moments. We tell stories of triumph. And we take the viewer on a visceral, visual journey.
Let us tell your story.
I knew I always was going to be a creative person, and I think I partially knew I always wanted to be my own boss. I didn't know how either of those two were going to culminate, but as I slowly got into realizing I was artistic, but I couldn't draw, I couldn't do anything, using painting, anything like that. But then technology became kind of one of my big passions. So getting into computers, getting into cameras, getting into things that I could kind of pick at, take apart, put back together, really just intrigued me. And I think storytelling has always been something that I was passionate about in another sense. So I think kind of just bringing everything together and making it work was really what got me into doing what I do now. From photo to video, one frame is as much of a story as 10 minutes of video. I used to take pictures for the Major League of Gaming at some of their events, and I think taking a lot of those lessons into the video side was very helpful. For me, it was how can I tell a story through one frame? And I think that led into getting a lot of skills to how can I tell it in 2 hours worth of frames, or however long your piece ends up being.
What's going on, everybody? This is Justin Jackson from Media Bolt Productions.
So Justin and I met 2018, I want to say. I could be wrong, but around there. And we met doing some photo walks around town, and kind of, that was pre-COVID, how a lot of creatives would get together. They'd try and, have a bunch of models come out with a bunch of photographers and just kind of say, hey, get some stuff. Use it for portfolio pieces, try and get work out of it, that sort of thing. And we kind of met along those journeys. And with my previous company that had to shut down due to COVID, we were able to hire Justin, not knowing that 2 weeks later COVID would happen. But, it was a blessing to be able to have the opportunity to hire Justin and his talent and, really be able to grow together a little bit before. And, when COVID hit and my business was starting to shut down, it was a lot of like, all right, well, I still like doing this. He still liked doing it, and it was risky enough the first time I started business, but now it's COVID, why do it again? But when you got a good thing potentially in front of you, you take advantage of it, and we've been blessed to still be rocking and rolling together. Made in Milwaukee, I think, is a really key piece for both of us.
What up, Milwaukee? Happy 414 Day. Here, the craft speaks for itself. The heartbeats of a city that never quits. A city that doesn't just rise with the sun, but pushes the day forward. This is where champions are made.
Hey, rise and grind. It's time to get it, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Give me one more. Yeah.
Our individuality isn't just an act. It's a reflection of our strength.
They said that I'd never come this far. Ignore voices talking down this down my guitar. You stop, baby.
We aren't just making art, we're crafting legacies. It's more than talent, it's a testament to what we're made of. We are the makers, the dreamers, the doers.
One of the greatest nights in Milwaukee sports history ends in a coronation. I love the city in the mornings, just the hustle and bustle, the noises, the grind. Makes me feel alive.
From the murals that adorn our streets to the melodies that echo through our neighborhoods, our art tells the story of Milwaukee's grit and grace. Where creativity is met through grit and grind, where resilience meets elegance, shaping the future of our city with every creation, every innovation, and every bold step forward. This is Milwaukee, made of resilience, made of creativity, made of us.
That was really our first opportunity to control a larger set and be in charge of a lot of who's doing what, the story behind it, and just bring something together that stood strong for the community. We see and hear a lot of people like, oh, this should be happening, that should be happening. Well, why not be the ones that bring it together and do the thing? For projects like this, we almost force ourselves to do them, not only for our own sanity sometimes and our own creativity, but it allows us to bring in people that wouldn't otherwise get an opportunity to witness something that's larger than what they may vision as a big set to them, So being able to bring anybody in, whether they're a high schooler or a college kid, they're, getting credits for something, it's always an honor to bring in those people, because it's incredible how open they are and we encourage them to be, and how amazing their ideas can be, and how much you can, see them absorb, because, it makes us happy to do this for a living. And if we can maybe be the inspiration to help them have that same goal. So I think that's something that we both feel a lot of pride in both the piece itself, how strong we feel it was and is, and being able to bring so many amazing, talented people together for it. It's important to get on set with as many people as you can. And really, whether it's, your assistant camera for somebody doing a wedding shoot, That could be photo or video, really. You know, that's a great way to kind of just get your feet wet and get a lot of stuff done in a short and somewhat stressful period of time. Try some different things. You know, there's a lot of different things that, whether you're from the film world, whether you're an electrician, there's a million and one things that you could go to a set and find yourself falling in love with. So just get out there, find some sets to be a part of, and learn as much as you can. I always encourage people as well to create something that's their own a little bit and force themselves into some situations that are a little uncomfortable, and to say, hey, you know, I need help in this, this, and this. I need to reach out to contacts that I know, and really let's bring something together as a team. One part about my old business that I owned was I kind of was, to use a baseball term, the utility guy. You know, I had many hats and I filled in a lot of roles, and I think it helped me to where I am today now to be able to, whether I'm, you know, I've recently kind of taken a liking to being assistant camera and pulling focus, and, you know, that's kind of where my main focus is, but now I've gotten so much more appreciation for all of the other roles, and I understand why things are happening around me, which I think helps me do my job better, because now I'm able to say, okay, I see why this is done this way, or maybe I can approach what I'm doing a little differently. Find other people doing the same thing as you and watch them do it. Finding different ways to do the same thing, I think when you're in a pinch, you'll be able to pull some of those things out. I think that's where you're gonna learn the most. I joke that I am the most extroverted introvert that there is on the planet. I'm the last person that will want to engage and start those conversations. I hope that they come my way, because I can keep a conversation going great, but starting one, I'm always the shy guy in that sense. What I'm trying to get at is I think it's important to find your group, get with people that you like them as people. It's one thing to find somebody that's really good at that job, but if you find somebody that you can really hone in with and just connect with, and I think that's what makes Justin and I so great together, is just doing things that, you know, when we're on a set, we don't really have to communicate after a few years working together. I know Justin's doing his thing, I know I gotta do my thing, and in 30 minutes we're gonna have a set ready to go pretty much. I think it's just incredible to find that person or those people that bring out the best in you and challenge you in ways that you don't necessarily do to yourself. Finding a way to get with some people that bring out the best in you and challenge you to do those things, I think you'll learn to love your craft a lot more if you are able to do that.
I've always dreamed of being in the bigs, but I know it takes more than just talent. You have to be willing to sacrifice everything, outwork everyone. And if you do all of that, maybe one day you'll get the opportunity to play a child's game for a living. Remember, every drop of sweat, every moment of doubt, and every ounce of effort is part of the journey. Please sign this card for me. I'm one of your biggest fans. Good luck in your next game, and never forget to dream big.
So one of the projects that's really exciting for us currently that's going on is our Media Bolt podcast.
Welcome to the Media Bolt podcast, where we talk all things content creation. So no matter if you're shooting with your cell phone or making big budget videos on a cinema camera, we're here to provide you with practical knowledge for the next time that you press record. I'm your host, Justin, and today I've got a very special guest with us. This guy is...
Justin and I started this podcast back in 2023, and initially it was just going to be the two of us talking about cool things coming out on camera. You know, we were going to be Sony Alpha Rumors, but in a podcast almost. You know, there's something that we were just excited to talk about tech and cameras, and then we realized, oh my gosh, like, we're surrounded by such an amazing community. Let's start to bring some of these people in and have good conversations with them, and, you know, maybe highlight something that they're working on. You know, and it was a huge risk. We didn't know if it was going to be something that took traction. We didn't know if it was something that nobody would watch, but it's incredible to hear when we're on set and we're meeting people for the first time. They're like, oh yeah, I saw so-and-so on the podcast and I love that episode with them and I've known them for, years and we've done projects together, and now it's great to see this kind of come full circle. And it's been great to be able to bring together such talent, and we've learned so much that we've been able to apply from the podcast. And, it's kind of a selfish little way for us to do a little, backyard schooling of our own, but it's great to be able to have people that are smarter than us come and talk to us about, their passion and their love and their craft, and take something away from us for our end to be able to apply to our next project, or even, include them in our next project. It's been great to kind of, in a sense, build a Rolodex for ourselves of amazing talent that we can have on set with us and work with, and try and, help get them projects and get them paid for what they love doing. And that's just been an incredible blessing for us to have.
The dream would be, live in Milwaukee and then just go out to LA, New York every now and then. This idea, I really love living in Milwaukee, and I'd like to, have Milwaukee be my permanent base camp. But yeah, it'd be great. I think the dream would be to bring, the bigger stuff here,
What makes Wisconsin special for creative is you get all 4 seasons. They might not last equal amounts of time, but you definitely get all 4 seasons. So you get a little bit of everything. You can kind of have an idea in any category and make it work here in Wisconsin and the Midwest. I think it's incredible to be able to have a space that isn't as well known as, say, a Chicago, or even, you go out East, West Coast, LA, New York. But I think what we're building here and trying to build here is something unique, and I think something that a lot of people will look back on and say, no matter what happens, they made something happen. I think it'll be great to look back on this in 20 years, and see how much we're able to bring to the city and to the area that wasn't here before and really wasn't even thought to be possible here before. I think we're starting to see that there's always been talented people here, but I think for one reason or another, either they didn't feel confident staying here or found good work elsewhere, whatever that case may be. I think we're starting to say, plant your seeds here and really see what's possible here before you look elsewhere. You can make something cool and unique with this area, something that maybe hasn't been seen before, because not a lot of people tend to stick around here typically. And I think there's just a lot of opportunity for great things to happen. And with the networking and with the community, we're starting to kind of unravel a lot of the ties that are bringing more amazing talent out of the woodwork. And people are realizing, okay, maybe I didn't want to pursue this because I didn't think it was possible here. And now that they're realizing, hey, I know this person and that person, they do this, they do that. I think people are starting to realize, oh, okay, I can fulfill my passions here. There's reasons that I think Milwaukee might be a great place for people to kind of plant their feet and make some great work.